Do you like to use music when you are working or trying to learn something new? I used to queue up my favorite high energy music like Logic to listen to when I needed to get into a real serious studying mode. But honestly, recently I've noticed that when I listen to music that's complex or has a lot of lyrics, I end up getting more distracted from my work and not really doing a good job. This got me wondering, does music actually help me to learn better? If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tyler Warlow and I go by the Mengineer, and I make videos on how to improve your life through your confidence, capabilities, and overall happiness. First off, I want to give credit where credit is due. A lot of the information that I'm about to present to you in this video is a summary of a really good podcast episode by Andrew Huberman. This episode was titled, How to Use Music to Boost Motivation, Mood, and Improve Learning. It's a highly informative episode that covers a lot more than what I go into detail on in this video, and if you're interested, I will have it linked down below. But now that that's covered, let's jump into the video. So let's get back to the core question, does music actually help us to learn? And the first thing that I'm going to talk about might be a little disappointing to several of you. Anytime that you're doing some sort of learning that requires deeply focused attention or some form of narrative in your head, it was actually found that silence is your best option. If you're someone who absolutely has to have music playing in the background, going with a type of music that doesn't have any lyrics was found to be the second best option. The studies indicate that this might be because of the fact that whenever you listen to music that has lyrics or is particularly complex, especially music that you know well, it interferes with the internal narrative that goes on in your head. Think of it this way, whenever you're reading a book, you are likely hearing your voice in your head. When you're processing a song that has lyrics, those lyrics are then interfering with that voice in your head because you are then processing another narrative. It's like if you were to go into a bar with several of your friends and you're trying to have a conversation, but there's so much other noise going on that you can't really hear one another. It's the same concept just within your own mind. So unfortunately, there is a lot of studies now that indicate that music with lyrics can actually be detrimental to your work. However, there are other ways that you can use music to improve your focus and your learning. So first off, let's touch on some of the things that you can do while you're actually working. The first thing that you can try using is something called binaural beats. Binaural beats essentially take two different tones and they'll play them in your ear at different times. There is some conflicting evidence concerning binaural beats. A study showed that there was really good improvement in attention and focus, but it specifically used binaural beats using a frequency of 40 Hertz. There were other studies that showed that binaural beats actually caused a decrease in focus and attention. However, none of these studies actually tested it at a frequency of 40 Hertz. So the jury still seems to be out on binaural beats specifically, but you can always try using them while you're studying to help you increase your focus and attention. Just make sure that you are using one specifically at 40 Hertz because that seems to be what has been demonstrated. If it works for you, great. If not, we might have another option. Besides binaural beats, you can always try playing different types of noise in the background. A lot of people use white noise, which is essentially a mix of every frequency, and it sounds something a little like shh. A lot of times white noise can help mask some of the other noises of our environment, but it's also not so silent that our brain picks up on every little noise. This can help you to maintain your focus and attention on something as you have that background noise happening. There are also other types of noise, such as brown noise, which are essentially just white noise, but with different frequencies cut out. You can go on YouTube and pretty much find free scripts of almost any of these different color noises, so try them all out and see what might work for you. So at this point, we've covered everything that you could do while you're actually working, but there also are a few indirect methods that you can use music to help you improve your learning. First off, there is really solid evidence out there showing how music can be used to improve your motivation. Typically, it has been found that by using music that a person knows well, it primes the body and gives the body kind of this anticipatory effect. This then can increase your energy, focus, and motivation. So what studies have shown is if people use that music that they know pretty well in between bouts of learning, it can help them boost their motivation and improve their overall learning ability during the next bout of learning. Now, how long is a typical bout of learning? That is usually about 90 minutes of focused work. So rather than listening to the music during your work, you listen to it either before or after to help engage your system and get you motivated for the next set of focused work. And finally, a lot of people use music to change their mood. Take a second to think about some of your favorite songs and the emotions that you feel while you're listening to them. Do you have a particular song that you listen to when you're feeling sad? Or do you have typical music that you like to listen to help you feel like you're in a good mood? A lot of studies have been done and are talked about on this podcast episode where they looked at different beats per minute of music, and they found different averages for the types of music that people were listening to. Typically, if people were trying to use music to be happy or associate positive emotions, they were usually songs that had a higher beats per minute. So if you're feeling particularly unmotivated and you don't feel like you can do any work because you're in a bad mood, go ahead and take some time to just do some focused listening of music that gets you in a good and positive mood. It's like how I put on my favorite playlist when I'm going to the gym. It gets me jazzed, it gets me excited, and then when I go into the gym, I'm ready to tackle it. You can do the same thing here. Find whatever playlist it is that helps get your mood into the right mindset, and then go in and tackle your learning bout. So that's gonna bring us to the end of the video, guys. Just to provide a quick summary, because I know I kind of quickly went through a lot of that information. First off, studies show that silence or music without lyrics is going to be your best bet when you're doing solid, focused work. If you feel like you need some sort of music or noise in order to keep your attention, then you can look into binaural beats at 40 hertz or some sort of background noise such as white noise. There are other indirect methods of being able to improve your ability to learn, such as increasing your motivation by listening to music that really gets you motivated and is familiar to you, or listening to music that puts you in a particularly positive mood. But that's gonna wrap things up. If you found the information in this video to be particularly helpful or informative, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to join me in this self-improvement journey. If you have any of your own ideas, thoughts, or opinions, please be sure to let me know with a comment down below. I like to read and respond to as many of them as I can. If you're interested in more of my videos where I talk about learning, be sure to check out this video right here where I talk about unexpected ways that you can learn new things. If you're interested in more of my most recent stuff, be sure to check out this video right here. But until the next time, this is the Mengineer, signing off.